Hi there, Tony here again. Did video games in the last video, going to be talking about video games again in this video, but more specifically PlayStation 2 video games, and 5 of my all-time favorite PlayStation 2 video games. Starting with Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, the best in the series in my opinion. First one is good, second one was a bit disappointing, but still a good game. The third one blew everything out of the water. I won't even talk about the fourth one. It was disappointing again to me. It was a decent game, but compared to the end-all Metal Gear Solid games of Snake Eater, it just doesn't compare, obviously. Great boss battles. Story on the bosses is a bit weaker compared to the stories of the Metal Gear Solid 1 bosses, but still great gameplay. Just all around fun. An RPG, Wild Arms 3. Big fan of the series, big fan of this installment of the series. Wild Arms 3 really embraces the Wild West setting of the Wild Arms franchise and just runs with it. Desert wastelands, all your characters have guns. It's like playing a Wild West movie. Fun characters, really balanced gameplay. It focuses on balance. All your characters play their roles and they balance each other out, and with your mediums equipped you can even focus more on that balance or unbalance it if you want. Lots of customization there. Play it however you want and enjoy. Another RPG, but a slightly different one, Dark Cloud 2. Love Dark Cloud 2. Not a big fan of Dark Cloud 1. Rented it, hated it, took it back. Wasn't even going to give this one a second thought whenever I first heard about it. Was glad I did. Loved it. Great story this time. Story in the first one, not so much. Good graphics for its time, of course. Good gameplay. Love the city building mechanic and altering the future depending on how you build the city in that area. Great game. Check it out if you haven't already. Stepping away from RPGs for something a bit more fun and adventure-y, Sly Cooper 2 Band of Thieves, or the Sly series in general, although I have not played the first one. This is the first one I ever got into. I have not been able to find a copy anywhere of Sly 1, but I've heard about it and read about it, and from what I can tell, it is a much different game than the next two in the series. Now, I will say this one is my favorite, Sly 2. Compared to Sly 3, I felt 3 got a bit cluttered with its characters. They just tried to add too much to it. I felt this one was a lot more simpler. You had you and the gang doing your heists. Didn't really go over the top with it and just push too much into the game. Great, fun game. I love the comic book art style to the cutscenes. Just love it. Can't wait to see what Sly 4, if it's actually being made, will look like on the PS3. Finally, probably my favorite RPG on the PS2, Suikoden 5. I love the Suikoden series. It is my favorite RPG series. 2 is probably my favorite, but 5 really pushes that envelope of really wanting to get to me for that spot. For one thing, 5 is basically a love letter to everyone that loved 2. If you've played 2, you will understand why they're so connected, because this game was basically built around 2 fans and it delivered on everything. The graphics are good. I preferred it over the Suikoden 4 graphics, which went more realistic kind of style. This one became a more bright, colorful, sort of anime-esque look to it. Voice acting, great, mostly. There's some... It comes and goes. Most of the main characters, great voices. Well, not much more I can say about Suikoden 5 other than I love it. And I will have some more reviews in Suikoden Involved coming up here soon, so look out for those. And that's it for my introduction series. I may do some more videos here and there of things I enjoy, but for now, I think I've said enough.